welcome back to my channel. And today on Happy Girl Sweets in the Kitchen, I'm going to show you how to make a French toast breakfast fit for any day of the week. Here are some of the equipment that I use to make this amazing French toast. And I like to use one of these electric bar skillets to do the French toast. So let's get started. So we have our utensils, we have our bacon. I'm using turkey bacon today. Diced potatoes. You can definitely dice your own potatoes. I have a couple of vegetables, onions, and bell peppers, a few eggs, milk, butter. Seasonings that I like to use is black pepper, crushed red pepper, some garlic powder, and I got cinnamon, nutmeg, and some vanilla. So first, we're going to get started on our bacon. Now, to keep it easy for you guys, we're going to bake it, and this is a really easy way to cook your bacon without worrying about getting grease splattered on you, especially if you're cooking with the kiddos. So I just like to line my bacon on parchment sheet paper and just line it up, as you line up some bacon. And we're just going to put it in the oven, I believe, on 400 for a few minutes. And while the oven is preheating, I'm going to go ahead and preheat my skillet here to get our French toast started. And so now we're going to work on, also start preheating another skillet for the potatoes with a little bit of vegetable oil, and just add our potatoes in there along with our veggies. Now these are frozen onions and bell peppers. Frozen onions and bell peppers is the bomb.com. Like, it will heat up regularly. It won't release a lot of water like some people think. It's just so convenient. I love me some frozen onions and bell peppers because it saves you from some tears. I also sprinkled in my seasoning of choice, and so we're just going to combine all of that, get it all nice and coated in that oil, and then also we're going to make sure we flatten it out in the pan so that it get a nice, so it'll cook nice and evenly. And while that's going, we're going to get started on our eggs. And I have about 4 eggs here with a couple tablespoons of milk. Add your seasoning of choice. I believe I just used some all-purpose and black pepper and a little bit of red crushed pepper. Man, I love me some red crushed pepper. So we're gonna whisk that real good. Get that milk in there. I don't know what it is. Like, I know some people don't cook with milk. I was brought up in milk, and when I asked my mom when she first taught me how to make these eggs, I'm like, Ma, why are we adding milk? She was like, to keep it fluffy. I was like, okay, girl. So I've been doing it ever since. And so while that started, also make sure we're going to stir up our potatoes to make sure they're not sticking to the pan. And look how it's getting a little brown, getting some color already. Oh, I wish you guys can smell this green. It smells so good. So you want to make sure while you're cooking your potatoes to stir it occasionally. And look at our bacon. It is crisp already. We only put it in here for about, I want to say, 10 minutes on 400. Cook it to how long you like, but this is good enough for me. And now we're going to get started on the French toast, the star of the show. So we got our eggs here, and we're going to add a little bit more milk than we did on our for our scrambled eggs. I like to make sure that it has a nice consistency, and here I am dashing some cinnamon. Add as much cinnamon as you like, and I like a little dash of nutmeg, okay, to give it some flavor. And also I put in some vanilla. French toast, you can do however you like. Some people don't like cinnamon, some people don't like nutmeg. It is your toast, honey. Season it how you want to, but I love me some cinnamon and nutmeg in my French toast. It just gives it that kind of vibe, So whisk it real good. Get that cinnamon in there incorporated, because cinnamon likes to clump up. And you see here I am adding in a little bit more milk, because I want like a nice custard type consistency for my eggs, because I want my toast to be all nice and soft and just delicious. So I like to add a little bit more milk than normal. If you don't have milk, you can definitely use like half and half or some whipping cream, but you definitely want to make sure you use some type of liquid to get that nice custardy thing. So now we're going to prep our little skillet. So I'm adding some little vegetable oil spray. And I like to use Texas toast for French toast. So I just dip it in there, dip it on all 4 sides. Look at that cinnamon just laying on that bread. Yes, honey. So just dip it in there, all four sides, let it drip off your bowl a little bit, put it in there. And now we can get started on the eggs. I got my butter over there, and then also make sure you check on your French toast sprout. It doesn't take long at all. I think this was laying on the skillet literally for a minute and 10 seconds. So flip it over when it's nice and golden brown. And again, the reason why I like to add a lot of milk to my toast, because you ever see people make French toast and it looks like got like an egg, like the egg layer on top of it, it's because they didn't add enough milk or liquid. So while that's going, we're gonna get our eggs up in here and get those running. And I've seen Gordon Ramsay do this. He put the eggs in there, let it sit on the fire for a little bit, then he move it to the side and start scrambling it nice and gently. So that's what I'm doing. Does it make a difference? I think so. It tastes a little better because I like a nice soft egg. I just do not like those hard, crumbly, pebble looking eggs. So this is a good method to use. Take it on and off the heat every so often. Just gently just toss them around your pan. Easy, simple. Make sure you have some butter or some oil in your pan so your eggs don't stick to the pan. So that's just key. Just scrambling up those eggs and making sure they don't stick to the pan and not getting them too harsh. And then here we got our potatoes again, and I think this is my last time scraping and tossing them around. Look at that crispiness. Mmm. Potatoes is just amazing. I love every form of potato, and this is definitely one of my faves. And if you feel like your potatoes aren't done and the oil is gone, go ahead and add a little bit more, just like a couple teaspoons. And here we go, guys. We got our toast done. Look at our bacon. Our potatoes are done. This is a perfect French toast breakfast. I like to add a dash of powdered sugar to give it that razzle dazzle, if you know what I mean. Give it that restaurant quality. And here we go, guys. French toast breakfast. Ain't it pretty? Ain't it beautiful? Look at our delicious soft eggs. Look at that toast. Thank you guys so much for tuning into my channel. I really appreciate you guys. This is an amazing French toast breakfast that you can give to anyone. Thank you. I love you. Please subscribe. Bye-bye.